Hey, welcome to my channel. Here I just like to talk about crochet market recaps, market prepping, other crochet related topics. Today we're going to talk about my first full year of markets. This will be the year of 2024. So I just wanted to kind of go over what I made overall for the year, and just, hopefully see if that helps someone. And maybe that helps you decide if it's for you. So let's get into it. The main way that I found my markets was by utilizing Facebook. I had found one specific group on Facebook that I was able to find a good amount of markets. It was for my state, but it was for my region. So it was like for central Alabama, which is where I'm located, because I didn't want to travel too far. I think the furthest market I did was like 2 hours away. So I utilized that group, and the people that are over that group, like the admins and things like that, they stay on top of making sure that people who are posting those events inside that group are actually valid or legit, so that you're not getting scammed. Because I find that, I haven't been myself, but, you can get scammed by people saying that it's a market or, an event, and then they get your money and then it's not a real event. Now, that has not happened to me, but, we all have to be aware of those things because we live in a day and age now where scams happen all the time. So Facebook was a good one for me. If you're able to find a legitimate group to join for your area or your state, those are good. I have had really good success in doing markets in breweries. Me and my husband love going to breweries. So some of our breweries locally have events, and some of those events have really good turnouts. So I like to watch those breweries on like Instagram or Facebook for when they have events, and then I also follow those event pages. So like whoever is the, I guess, event holder or whatever, I like to follow those people as well, just so that way as soon as an event comes up I can apply for the event. But Facebook, Instagram, just following those people, watching out for those things, those are the main ways that I've been able to find good events, and just kind of keeping an eye out. Also, I've been able to find some by, when you make other connections at markets, seeing what those other vendors do, like other crafters are doing, seeing how those events are going, just kind of following those other event coordinators pages, things like that, where they're having events at, just kind of going down the chain. Those are, the best ways I've found to go about it, really. It's not any one, I don't think there's any one way to really find craft fairs or markets to get into. You just really got to go digging around for them. So I did 14 markets this year. I'd say a lot of the markets that I did, again, this is my first full year of doing markets. They were definitely not all winners. You just kind of live and you learn type of thing, you don't really know what is going to be a good market until you've done it. And then, you can decide if you want to do that market again next year or you don't. A good few of them were first time, I think maybe a few of them were first time markets, that, that was their first year doing them, things like that. I probably won't do those again just because the location wasn't a good location that they might have chosen. Just not good foot traffic, things like that. Too many vendors versus foot traffic, stuff like that. Just kind of learning those things. But, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So out of those 14, I'd say about 6 of those markets were successful. Now, when I say successful, to me, that is about over $600. Now, I'm not saying that, under $600 isn't successful. Anything is successful. When you make any amount of money at a market, it is successful, in my opinion, because we're selling our handmade items. Making any sale is fun, and it's amazing when you make it by hand and you make a sale. I don't care if it's $10, it's $30, but when you're stocking up these bulk items, you're taking them to a market, you're paying for a booth fee, you're paying for travel, all these different things are going into it. You want to come home with a profit. You want to feel like your time was paid for. So to me, when I do these markets, especially depending on where it is, how much stock I took, how much time it took me to build up the stock, things like that, I want to see a good profit. So for me, majority of the time, I would like to see over $600 at least. So 6 out of the 14, I was able to make over $600. The least successful market that I did was $134. That was the least that I made. The most successful market that I did was $1,585. And that's what I'm talking about when you live and you learn, because it depends on the area as well, within your state, within your region, within your state, the location, the county, the city. It all depends on those things, and you don't know anything about that until you've experienced it. You've done it one time. You're like, okay, maybe that's not a very good place for me to sell my stuff. Maybe that's not a very good place for that specific market to be even had in, because there's just not many people coming in that area. They don't know about it. Just there's so many different things. So yeah, those are least and most successful. So least successful, $134. Most successful, $1,585. So you can see the difference, and again, I would prefer to be on the higher end of the most successful. So I will be using that to gauge which markets I will be participating in next year versus not participating in next year. And just for comparison purposes, the bigger amounts of money that I was able to make were at the events that were held at the breweries, it seems like. All of the markets that I was able to make over $1,000 at were mostly festivals. Yeah, they were mostly festivals. All the ones that I was able to make over $1,000 were festivals. All the ones that were under 1,000 or under 700 were smaller markets or smaller amounts. And again, nothing wrong with that, but I would prefer to be on the higher dollar amount of that scale. So the most popular items for me were by far the mini turtles. I think it's Tofu Turtle, and it's by Meg's Makes. Those were my top seller for 2024. I think I have the count on here somewhere written down. I sold like around 67 of those turtles in 2024, just in markets. So that's a good amount of turtles. My other highest seller would have been octopi and whale keychains. So those were my highest selling item at markets, items for markets in 2024. And for the total amount of items sold, I sold about 468 items total. There's just a couple of custom items included in that because I wasn't able to take them out. I can't remember how many it was, like 5 or so, but they are included in that number, but it's only a couple. So about 468 items sold for the whole year. So I don't mind sharing how much I made for the whole year in markets and things, because I feel like this was information that I was always curious about when I was trying to decide on starting markets, just because I wanted to, again, know if it was going to be worth it for me. I just wanted to kind of know, how much I would possibly be able to make, or, how much other people were able to make, or, just kind of have a rough estimate, like just wondering, like, how much were you able to do this year? Is it going to be worth it for me? Should I do it? Just all those little questions that pop into your head. So I don't mind sharing that. I already told y'all, my least successful market was $134. My most successful was $1,584. I had a bunch of other smaller, not successful ones, $188, $188, $344, $111. I had some other, big ones, $1,074, $1,093, $1,460. So, they just range in dollar amount. So for the total for the year, you want to say hi to the camera? Wave. Hi. Okay, go. Thanks. So the total for the whole year was $9,598.50. Now that number does again include custom orders and online orders, but I believe that the custom orders and things was around $400 or so. So around that amount, take that out, you're still around, I don't know, $9,100. So doesn't really matter. It's not that big a deal. So around $9,598.50. So in my opinion, that's not bad for a year's worth of markets. Again, I have no idea how well or what other people make for the year, but for my first year of markets, I feel like that is very well for doing 14. And I could go through each and every market, but like I said, I did 14. 6 of them were really good. Over $600 were made in those 6. And I think that they turned out good, and I think that's a good profit. Well, hopefully this video helps you decide whether or not you want to start doing markets. If you've been having those questions about, how much you're able to make, by the end of the year, you're wondering, I wonder how much those people actually make by the end of the year, if it's really worth it. Maybe this answered your question. I don't know. I've always wondered, like, how much other people were able to make, when I first started. And in my opinion, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So in my opinion, I feel like I did really good. Of course, I would like to make more. I would love all my markets to be over $1,000. So I'm going to take what I learned from participating in some of these this year, and I'm going to try to, find some other ones, and try to, get into more that are in that higher bracket. But I feel like I did very well this year, and I feel like it was worth it. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully I'll have another video coming up. I'm going to try to start getting more videos out, but I'm going to try to do another video soon, and I'll try to make that more of a video about what I learned from the markets that I did this year, so that way that'll help with the next markets, what we can look for in the next markets, how to choose those next markets and things like that. So I will try to get that video out soon, so be on the lookout for that one. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back, and hopefully I will speak to you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.